I want to talk about how junk science ruins innocent lives and how the criminal legal system is overwhelmed by junk science. It's an absolute outrage, and if you're not upset by it, I need you to pay close attention. My name's Eliza Orlins, and I am a career public defender for the last 13 years. When it comes to forensic evidence, shows like CSI or Law & Order have really shaped the way that we view this type of evidence. There is a myth that this kind of evidence is infallible, that it can't be disproven, that it shows that someone committed a crime, and that is simply not true. This type of evidence has led to wrongful convictions and even wrongful executions. First of all, polygraphs are bullshit. Those tests are pseudoscience, and they're just completely unreliable. Thankfully, New York, where I practice, doesn't allow them to be admissible as evidence in criminal cases. Bite mark evidence is also something that is completely pseudoscience. There's been a lot of evidence that the people who were wrongfully convicted and even a quarter of executions since 1989 have been because of faulty forensic evidence like bite mark evidence. Shoe prints and tire tracks left at the scene are also completely unreliable, despite the fact that it led to one of the best scenes in the greatest movie of all time, My Cousin Vinny. Now onto fingerprints. You'll often hear about a latent fingerprint being left at the scene of a crime being used to determine who the suspect is and identify that person. Well, it turns out fingerprint evidence is wrong in 1 out of 306 cases. That is absolutely egregious. Next up, ballistics matching. When they find a gun on the scene, they'll often take it to the ballistics lab and fire that gun and then compare the casings and the grooves and scratches on the casings from the lab with the ones found at the scene. And there are firearms examiners who claim that they can match these things with a degree of certainty, but these few tests that exist show that that is not in fact the truth, and that it is very unlikely that these are actually matches. And there is not a reliable way of determining what bullet was shot out of what gun based on the grooves that exist on the casing. I think I'm gonna have to do another video on why this is happening and how we can fix it, but basically, there are folks at the ACLU and the Innocence Project who are fighting to keep junk science out of the courtroom, and we need to support them and follow them, and follow me for more and leave questions in the comments.